So I needed to come to Iran to speak on behalf of the good people of America and express our deep sorrow and shame and anger and rage for what our representatives, i.e. the Commander-in-Chief of the United States, who has authorized this bloodlust satanic ritual. And I'm telling you, man, I have not cried like that since my mother died like 12 years ago. And even more, I went in front of each one of those grave sites and looked into the eyes of each one of these children. And some of these pictures, I just broke down like a baby. I needed to express the virtuous aspects of my country that is horrified at this. But I'm going to always bring it back down to the fact that the American taxpayer is flipping the bill for an active real-time genocide. Before that, weapons of mass destruction, 1 million, 2 million dead in Iraq, millions of orphans, millions of refugees, this farcical war on terror where we blame Muslims when it was, in fact, a Mossad operation. I need to at least express the good part of my nation and also acknowledge the massive crimes and my absolute commitment to see justice, which means I want to see Donald J. Trump hung by the neck till death according to the Constitution of the United States that I took an oath to protect and defend. That man is a pedophile. He is a traitor. He has taken open bribes from Sheldon and Miriam Adelson, 50 billion here, 50 billion there. That used to be called bribery. In America, this is America now.
Watching the world burn, watching the world burn. May 27th, 2026. Let's get into it. Hopefully I can raise the sound. We're using the camera mic. I forgot my external mic today. So if the sound's a little fuzzy, don't blame me. Well, let's get this up front. This will be the last video I post on the Florida Man News Network. We're shutting that down eventually. I'll leave that channel up so that everybody gets the message to come over to The Burn Report. The Burn Report on YouTube, and The Burn Channel on Rumble, and The Burn Channel on BitChute. So it's The Burn everywhere. That way we're consistent across all three platforms. The Florida Man News Network was too narrow in scope. Be sure and like and subscribe if you like these videos. I always try to help you out up front on the video. On the way out here, I called Ken, if you're not familiar, ken.com, K-I-N, insurance. And they're expanding to other states now, so it's not just for Florida. And they offered a bundle deal. Now I already had my homeowners with them, and it was a substantial savings off of other insurance carriers, for Florida especially. But now they're bundling the auto insurance. So I just set up my auto policy with them and saved a ton of money for basically the same coverage that I had with Allstate. So, you know, you might want to just take a look around on that insurance from time to time. Ken seems to have, well, especially for Florida, I think they got the best price around. Now, the reason we put that video up front was because I wanted to apologize to the Iran people. There is no excuse for the United States mercenary military that fights for Israel to have killed 168 little girls the first day of the war, an unprovoked war of aggression by the United States as a mercenary army for Israel. That's my opinion. I'm so glad that I'm not. Well, you have to remember, the military I served in 2003, we were somewhat professional. We gave a crap about civilian casualties. You know, if you ever watched Scott Ritter, he did a lot. I never did any of the targeting. So I was just a grunt working on the A-10 Warthog plane during the war down in Al Jaber, which got the crap blown out of it. Thank God I wasn't there when Iran blew the hell off of that base. When I was there, I was awful worried because we had all of our munitions in one ammo dump. And I felt like if one Scud missile from Iraq came through, that whole base would have been a crater and we would all been dead. But luckily that didn't happen. So obviously we're out for a good hike on a beautiful Florida day. On the hot side, it's in the 90s, somewhere in the 90s. I got water in the backpack. We're gonna go all the way to the picnic table. I apologize, we haven't been able to get out for a hike. I've been working around the house. And also I'm building the Burn Report channel on YouTube. Takes a lot of work because I'm redoing the thumbnails. I'm putting up all my music, and of course I'm still uploading to that cybersecurity guy in the Florida Man News Network, and then of course you got to upload to BitChute, Rumble. It's you know, just one video takes forever to get it all done, and I'm just one dude. Let's get I've been watching all these Lego videos. Let's get one out of the way. Let's make some fun of Emperor Trump, Chump, pedophile Trump, Epstein file Trump. Let's watch that video.
Shots in the White House.
Childish games.
Steel on the table, but Bibi needs a win. Trump on the string while the pressure closes in. Abraham Accords like a panic offering. They lost the war, now they begging for a ring. They tried to bait Iran, but Iran saw the scheme. Childish games fit the Epstein regime. Sacred defense, calm, we don't chase that flame. They forgot who taught kings how to master the game. One side wants a deal he can't afford to lose. One side wants bombs just to dominate the news. Bibi yanks the leash when he needs a war scene. Trump plays big, but he moves when they pull the strings. They push the gulf, try to stir up the scene, calling it defense while they cross the line clean. But patience is power when the trap is exposed. Iran didn't fold, Iran stayed composed. Drones in the dark met a different fate. You went to our sky, then you learned too late. People went hunting, came back as a claim. F-35 goes caught running from the flame. Trump talks tough, but the bragging went quiet. Bibi needs chaos, needs the world to buy it. Deal on the table, whole room knows the truth. Iran won by patience while they beg for proof. We do not want war, but we know the sound. Drums in the distance, pressure underground. Sacred defense, no childish bed, no panic square. Sacred defense, sees through the Epstein regime.
What a loser.
Sacred defense.
Sacred defense.
Alright, so that's one Lego drop. We're going to have a bunch more in this video. I did have someone complain. They said they don't like the rap music. I don't know, man. I'm not a rap fan either, I'm going to tell you. But I do enjoy these Lego videos. I think they're funny as hell. Hold on. Because I forgot the mic, you're going to have to look at my ugly mug here on the picnic table. I got to use the selfie stick here. Hopefully the camera mic is picking everything up. We just dropped another Lego video. I had to take that phone call. Whew. I'm not looking forward to the hike back. Anyway, we got another video from Iran. If you didn't know, we blew up 2 boats, killed 4 people. Iran was not happy. Let's hear their response right here.
Why you are not responding to the U.S. media reports? I believe we have more important works to do than responding to the U.S. president's posts or the other malicious media campaigns, including caricatures posted on the social platforms. We have works that are more important than responding to these trivial issues. We are working in order to arrive at the best solutions to maintain and safeguard the interests of our countries. At the same time, we are not responding to each and every comment. We are a cultured, educated, and developed people. At the same time, we respond to the enemy's aggression accordingly, as was the habit in the past.
All right, so that's the video from Iran. Now, the other thing, the reason why I wouldn't want to be in the military today is it has no morals whatsoever. I don't know what happened to our commanders other than they're sycophants and they got to kiss ass to get up the chain of command. But we just killed 27 girls. I don't know if it was all girls or teachers, students, you know, that were studying to be teachers in Russia. And I say we, the United States CIA, or people in the military, with probably British drones. Well, Russia is infuriated right now. And they're saying that they're going to flatten Kiev. They've already warned the United States to get people out of the embassy, or all of our personnel out of the command and control structure. If you didn't know, we have a lot of U.S. military in Ukraine right now, just like we've got a lot in Israel right now. Like I said, we're just mercenaries and killers and pirates. We're also pirates. I don't know how people are in the military today, although I heard the suicide rate has gotten really high as a result. There was a guy who just got back from being over in Israel, and he commits suicide. You know, I remember I had PTSD after the war, but, you know, when we fought Iraq, we thought we were doing it for the right reasons. Of course, we were lied to. We thought they had weapons of mass destruction. I didn't know I was a mercenary for Israel back in 2003, just like the military is today. Yeah, I'm getting kind of serious. Let's drop another Lego video now.
One by one he tried to fire them. One by one, the ratings went up. Good job, boss. Good job, boss. 11 years of jokes and you still can't take it. Call me unfunny, the ratings beg to differ. Let's face it, widow joke, you turned it into a federal case. Meanwhile tweeting at 3 a.m. Bro, who raised your space? Oscars night, read your tweet live on stage. Past your jail time, wrote it myself, zero rage. Epstein files drop, Hurricane Epstein trending. Your beef with comedians is the only thing that's never ending. Disney won't fire me, and honestly, you know why. Every time you post Fire Kimmel, I get a ratings high. You're not my enemy, Donald, you're my unpaid writer. Every truth social tantrum just makes my future brighter. You fired the funny, now the funny fire's back. Iran's still here, and that's a fact, Jack. You tweet, you're done, bro, check your act. We're still standing, still intact. You fired the funny, now the funny fire's back. Every dumpster video backfire, crack. The joke was always you, that's been the pact. We're still standing, still intact. Colbert said big fat bribe. they canceled the show. $60 million handshake, now everybody knows. Went out swinging though, final night, 6.7 mil, McCartney played him out. That's a legacy, that's real. AI video dumpster, YMCA groove. You threw him in the trash can like that was a power move. And Seth, remember 2011, din and night, you sat stone face while the room lost it. That's where you lost the fight. A closer look, 15 years every single night. TDS, nah, homie, just a mirror. You hate the sight, you fire the funny, now the funny fire's back. I ran still here, and that's a fact, Jack. You tweet, you're done, bro. Check your act, we're still standing, still intact. Watching from the other side of the world, tea in hand. You bombed our general, froze our money, thought you had a plan. But we're still here, calm, unbothered, microphone on stand. You fire your comedians, you're at war with the press, tweeting about late night, wow. The country's a mess, 3 wars running, Iran, Ukraine, and comedy beef. Brother, pick a lane, you're the commander-in-chief. We watch Kimmel joke, watch Colbert go out clean, watch the dumpster video. We know what that scene means. The man who hates laughter is always the punchline. Sipping tea from this side, we're doing just fine. Fallon tossed with your hair back in 2016, tried to be nice on TV, you know what I mean. You called him pathetic when he showed a little guilt. Jimmy, you humanized the man, now look what he built. I ran jokes, I arrest bits, immunity nights, bing, 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 boom impressions, honestly, delights. You call him moron, he calls you content gold. The Tonight Show's doing great, and the story's getting old. You can cancel the show, you can silence the screen, but comedy lives in the space in between. One by one they went up, one by one you lost. You thought firing was free, somebody count the cost. You fire the funny, now the funny fires back. I ran still here, and that's a fact, Jack. You tweet, you're done, bro. Check your act, we're still standing. That's still intact. Father funny, now the funny fires back. Every dumpster video backfired, cracked. The joke was always you. That's been the pact. We're still standing. That's still intact. Colbert's gone. Ratings went up. Kimmel suspended. Ratings went up. Posted a dumpster video, and the dumpster went viral. Good job, boss.
Woo! Wasn't that fun? I love them Lego videos. Well, we'll tack on to the end here. We got the got a new song up on the Burn Report. It's called "Even the Devil Flees DC," Washington D.C. It's an older song, but it's still very relevant. And I'm going to tack that on to this video. Got to get going on the way back. It's going to get dark on me. If we think of something, we'll make this a nature video. I'll switch the mic to the front. Right now it's on the rear. That's why I have my mug in the camera. Peace out. Stay free. And I'm sure we'll think of something on the way back. I wanted to tack something onto the video. I've checked the sound quality. It's pretty damn good. So we're good to go with this video. But I did want to talk about the conversation. You know, I took that phone call, and that's a buddy of mine. And he's somewhat up to date on geopolitics and current events and stuff. And I wouldn't say we got into an argument, but we debated a little bit. He was talking about the fact that gas prices have come down and we got ample supply here in the United States, and Hormuz horizon is not going to affect the United States, and he's sure that gas prices are going to keep coming down. It's not the information that I'm getting. If you go over to peakprosperity.com, you can go to the website, or you can follow Chris. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Martinson or Masterson, one of those. You can follow him on X. And I put a couple of his videos in my videos if you want to go back through some of my videos. And he's a data cruncher. And he's saying long about maybe beginning of July or maybe towards August that gas prices are going to start equalizing with what we're seeing overseas. So he's expecting $200 a barrel. And that's his prediction. Now, obviously, I'm not an expert and I don't have the numbers. Now, you can get with AI and ask AI, and AI will just give you, unfortunately, AI just gives you the current prices. It doesn't give you future or predictions like Chris Martinson does. And he's not the only one. There's other people that I watch on YouTube that are saying the same thing. So I think we're going to see some heavy-duty inflation. I think we're going to see shortages, and things are going to get crazy. I didn't finish the Russia story. I thought about that. Now they're not just going to flatten Kiev. From what I understand, there is a strong possibility that for sure the Baltic states are going to get hit. And you say, Article 5, Article 5, Article 5. You're going to go to nuclear war with Russia just because they blew up a factory in the Baltic state? Those barking chihuahuas, Russia could invade the Baltic states and take them down. By the way, last figure I heard, 2 million people under arms in Russia. So, and like I said, it's going from, and that's, if you didn't know, it's been a special military operation for the last 4 or 5 years. But from what I'm hearing, this is going to be war. I wouldn't also be surprised if Britain gets hit, especially where they're manufacturing these drones. So we'll see. We're going to see. I think things are going to get interesting, and it looks like Trump is going to go back to war with Iran, and if Iran follows through, they're going to shut or use the Houthis to shut down the Red Sea. So that's going to limit the oil supply even more. That means Saudi Arabia won't be able to get any oil out, or maybe they'll just let Saudi Arabia through. As long as Saudi Arabia doesn't participate in the war, wouldn't want to be in UAE. UAE is, I don't know how Israel took over UAE just like they took over the United States. So the UAE is now just a vassal state of Israel. How can such a small country have so much influence on the world?
If Israel did not exist, the U.S. and Iran would have already had a deal by now. They would have had a deal in 2003. They would have had a deal in 2009. They would have had a deal in 2015. They would have had a deal last year. If Israel did not exist, the United States and Iran would not be at war, and wouldn't have been at war for years, maybe for over a decade. Israel is the sole, single, exclusive reason that diplomacy is impossible. And the reason is because, as we've said before, it is Israel's interest that diplomacy does not succeed. Israel does not want peace. They do not want a deal. They do not want Iran to be a non-nuclear, prosperous state. And why is that? Because Iran is a very powerful country, because they're a very big country with a very large population, and they are a very rich country. They have 90 million people, lots of territory, lots of oil. They have a huge middle class. They have great universities, great scientists, and they have a sense of identity. The country is 90% Persian. It's not that diverse. And they have a sense of nationality, a sense of identity, which allows them to stick together. Their society is insular, not trusting of outsiders, meaning it's difficult to infiltrate and subvert. So it's not that Israel fears a nuclear Iran or an Iran armed with missiles, or an Iran armed with drones or controlling the strait or anything like that. What Israel will not tolerate is a powerful country in their neighborhood that exists as a rival. They will not tolerate the existence of a rival. Why? Because there are millions of Shiite Muslims across the Middle East, in Syria, in Iraq, in Bahrain, in Saudi's eastern province, in the northwest coast of Yemen. If Iran is a stable, prosperous country, not only are they a hub of power and culture and finance and influence and military strength, but also they project power into other countries. They can influence the affairs in other states. In a word, they are a regional player. They're a regional power. This is what Israel will not tolerate.
Other than they can bribe the right people. You got to give them a side credit. They're pretty smart. I mean, the CIA, look at how many governments the CIA has overthrown around the world. You know, so these aren't stupid people. They're just evil, in my opinion. If you didn't know, Israel continues to bomb Lebanon. They're killing all those Christians and Muslims, mostly Christians and Muslims, civilians. I heard recently they might have gotten a Hezbollah commander, which would be unusual. If you didn't know, Hezbollah now has drones. I guess Iran gave them drones, so they've really been hurting the IDF with those drones. So that war is taking on a different dimension over there. So Israel no longer has a free hand in Lebanon, although the airspace, they can still just drop dumb bombs, unlike what they can do in Iran. Iran's got pretty formidable air defenses now, from what I understand. I think China and Russia have given Iran over the past couple of months some more sophisticated air defenses to supplement. Now, they already had their own air defenses, but I think that, they've been able to supplement that. So it's not going to be very easy to fly a plane over Iran, I don't think. I guess we'll find out, because it looks like Trump, pedophile Trump, idiot Trump is going to go back to war with Iran. Now, it depends on what they do, but like I said, Iran says they're going to light up the Middle East. And I imagine we'll probably see a couple of ships sunk, which at that point, I know that Trump's going to want to drop a nuclear bomb on Iran, which wouldn't do no damn good. All that radiation would just blow all over the Middle East. And Iran's got everything underground anyway. Now, they kill a lot of civilians. That's for damn sure. It'd probably just be a couple of tactical nukes. Those are just big, well, you can't look at them as conventional bombs. They got a much higher yield than any conventional bomb. But the thing is, I'm not so sure that Pakistan, Russia, and China wouldn't have nukes of their own. Now, I don't know if they'd nuke the United States, but I imagine they'd probably maybe nuke Israel out of existence, which, sorry to say, I'd be happy to see. I don't want the good Israelis, the good Jews to die, but from what I understand, there's not many of them in Israel. They're mostly all Zionist, which means they don't even believe in Jesus Christ or God, and they also just enjoy killing Palestinian civilians, from what I can tell. All right, well, that's probably going to be it. Got bugs crawling on me for the video. But I did want to just talk about Russia for one more minute, because I do think that's going to get very interesting here real soon. If they follow through on what they're doing. And I don't see how Putin has any choice. The people in this country are infuriated over the killing of those 27 students. Now, you say, well, what about, when they raided that convention center and killed all those people? And, there's been a bunch of terrorist incidents, blowing up trains and all kinds of stuff. Well, all that stuff was been piling on and piling on and piling on. This was the final straw, from what I can tell. Because the big, Lavrov and a couple diplomats have come out and said, the gloves are off, baby. So hold on to your jackstrap. We may all be burning critters before too long. We'll see. All right, peace out. Stay free.
They said press play on the people's pain, but you turn the remote to a truth hurricane. From knobs dust to teardowns rain, every brick come down, carried a name. The world was sleeping, but you built the light. Frame by frame in the middle of night, children holding flags taller than they stand. Men and women protecting the land, mourning the leader not with chains but with tears, mourning the generals, the innocent peers. We saw the mothers on the graves in a row. Minab's children, how could we not know? You sleep on the dirt where their laughter still plays. We carry that image for the rest of our days. This is the world thanking Iran for fighting the lie while we just ran. For every Lego soldier, every silent man, for every woman who stands, every child in Iran, against the youth's railstorm, against the thief in the night. You are the dawn, we see your light. Not alone, ever alone in the fight. We hold your heart, we hold what's right. Thank your leaders, dignity rare, not the kind who feast while people despair. Fierce protectors, wise and clean, the kind we dream our own could have been. You fight for Gaza while bombs fall on you, for Yemen, for Lebanon, loyal and true. Sanctions tried to break your bread, but your soul is something never bled. How we wish to walk your streets one day. Say sorry, we look the other way. Hug every parent who lost a child. Rebuild what the bullies tried to defile. Your economy hurt, but your spirit soars. Refined by justice, you're manning your oars. We owe you an apology the West won't say. Our governments chose the wrong side today. Greece, you gave them oil when the EU said drown. Now their ships help Israel bomb your town. Italy, Germany, bases everywhere. Occupied by America, choking on the air. They don't speak for us, they kneel to the gun. Not all are blind, but too many have run. We know about Samson, we know why they freeze. The threat in the background, the sword in the trees. Fear is a leash, but fear is not right. And silence is poison dressed up as polite. So on behalf of the governments who failed you, and the people too quiet, we say we hail you. Your memory is longer, your spine doesn't bend. We'll keep saying truth till the lie meets its end. This is the world thanking Iran for fighting the lie while we just ran. For every Lego soldier, every silent man, for every woman who stands, every child in Iran, against the youth's railstorm, against the thief in the night. You are the dawn, we see your light. Not alone, ever alone in the fight. We hold your heart, we hold what's right. To the Lego creators, you are news redefined. Truth in small plastic, love in mankind. Wit as a weapon, creativity a shield. What the empire hides, you proudly revealed. Into every soul sleeping on a child's grave. Every fighter valiant and brave. You fight for beauty, peace, God, and good, against the evil that says no one else would. But we what we do, in spirit we kneel, not for submission but to say what we feel. You are not forgotten, you are the fire. We are the echo of your requiem choir. We see you, we mourn with you. We thank you for Palestine, for Yemen, for Lebanon, for Iran, for humanity. Lego walls won't break, they rise.
The devil went down to D.C. He was looking for a soul to claim. He was in a bind 'cause the swamp was deep, and the grift was running wild like flame. When he came across this crooked town, politicians wheeling day and night, shaking hands and pocketing cash in the shadow of the Capitol's light. The devil can't touch Washington, D.C. The devil tuned his fiddle, sparks flying from the bow, played a tune so foul the monuments shook. Lobbyists twirled, senators leered wide, but the swamp just laughed and swallowed his hook. Now the files are out, Epstein's dark list, names dropping like flies from the island mist. Clinton and Trump, Andrew and Moore, flying on jets to that pedo shore. Satanic whispers in the halls of power, pedophile rings in the government tower, blackmail and bribes, young souls for sale. The devil's shocked at the depth of this hell. Hell hiding the logs, redacting the names, but the swamp makes hell look tame. Lobbyists calling, got a huge pride to share. Senators smiling like they just don't care. They'll sell your future if the donors right, pocketing billions in the pale moonlight. The whole damn swamp's a satanic spree. Even the devil flees Washington, D.C. Then BB came to town, Netanyahu in his prime. Jet lands in D.C., Congress stands in line. He steps to the podium, speech sharp as a blade. Lawmakers leap up, ovations cascade. 55 times they rise to their feet, clapping and cheering, kissing his seat. Democrats and Republicans, both sides unite, bowing and scraping in the Capitol light. The hunt his wants, ignore the Clydes, kiss his ring while the taxpayers sigh. The devil watches, jaw on the floor. This swamp's got a new overlord. Deep in D.C. where the Potomac seethes black, vipers in suits with their shadow packs, clutching power with a serpent's grip, taking your freedom in a crooked flip. They're running the town like a big old scam, corrupt to the core, don't give a damn. Trump's fierce gaze in a portrait stark lights the swamp with a devil's spark. Epstein's ghost on the marbled halls, flight logs screaming the midnight calls. Lobbyists calling, got a huge bribe to share. Senators smiling like they just don't care. They'll sell your future if the donors right, pocketing billions in the pale moonlight. The whole damn swamp's a satanic spree. Even the devil flees Washington, D.C. The pedal bowed low, his fiddle dim low. You've outdone me here, your darkness wins the show. With Epstein's rot, dim bees thrown, DC's evil's deeper than I've ever